Super Bowl, no problem.
Purple Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
Okay, it's the day after. The smoke is settling on the Vikings quarterback competition. I'm using air quotes for Apple and Spotify. Kyler Murray slung it around the lot yesterday. He looked like a free-minded quarterback, just with my own eyes, watching kind of a lighter practice yesterday. So we're going to do a couple things here on this Wednesday Purple Daily. We're going to start with Judd's Camp Notes. Judd's Camp Notes. Presented by Plunkett's Pest Control. And then we'll get into a Write That Down session. Declan's going to join. He's on Scorner Twin Show duty from Target Field, so he'll join with a very special guest predictor as well today that we'll get to here, Judd. But let's go to Quick Trip before we get into the Camp Notes.
Oh, most definitely. And we stop in Quick Trip, and of course, we see everything that we could possibly want. My Quick Trip these days is the Quick Trip in Eagan, right near TCO Performance Center. But then also, how about this? Quick Trip wants you to win big by playing Quick Trip's Mountain Dew Quick Climb and scoring cash this summer, now through August 16th. So coming up, play free every day in the Quick Rewards app. Daily cash prizes climbing to a $250,000 payday at the top. Buy select Pepsi-Cola beverages to earn bonus plays as well. Full rules are available at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. That's quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. Quick Trip not only wants to fuel you, but they want to make sure that you can be a winner.
You're a winner if you go to North American Banking Company. Not that you're a loser if you don't, but North American Banking Company, founded in Minnesota in 1998, just like a lot of you Vikings fans were founded as fans in 1998. They have 6 locations now across the Twin Cities: Maple Grove, Roseville, Shoreview, Hastings, Woodbury, 50th in France. They value personal relationships. When you bank at North American Banking Company, you don't get bounced around giant call centers. You actually talk to human beings on the phone via email to Relationship Bank, in addition to having cutting-edge app and website platforms, too. So find out more at nabankco.com/Mackey, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Judd's Camp Notes. All right, Judley, you and I were both there. Yeah, they had the pads on, but it was only a 9-session practice versus sometimes they go like 14. So a bit of a lighter day yesterday. Mm-hmm. And Kyler spoke to the media. I think JJ's going to speak at some point here. He politely just kind of, politely declined respectfully and said, I'll talk at some point. But where do you want to start here on this Wednesday Camp Notes?
I actually want to start with something before we get to the quarterbacks that Kevin O'Connell said yesterday that had nothing to do with the decision on Kyler, which, of course, he talked extensively about. But within that, he said that the plan is on Saturday that everyone's going to play in the preseason game against the Giants in New Jersey, which perked my ears up. Now, I have to look this up. I meant to this morning, and I just plumb forgot. But when's the last time Justin Jefferson, assuming he plays, is going to play or is taking a snap in a preseason game? This is something that really teams have gotten away from in recent years, which is playing it's your first team might get a series, but that doesn't mean everybody on the first team does. So who plays? Kevin O'Connell definitely opened the door towards everyone is going to play. Each player will have their own plan, so it might not all be the exact same length of time. But I found that to be very intriguing because as Kevin O'Connell tries to run, a tougher camp, and that could be debated. But as he tries to change things, as the run game becomes more important, supposedly, hopefully, saying that everyone is going to play in a preseason game really interested me, and I'm curious what that means. I'm also curious offensively, Phil, how much they're going to show. Like, are they going to work on, because they're working on new concepts. Yeah. And, defensively, you never show a damn thing, right? But offensively, do you need to work on those concepts, at least to a certain degree, within the confines of a game? Does that help you? So I can't believe I'm saying this. I think there's intrigue on what we see, at least for a while, in Saturday's preseason game.
Yeah, it's always the balance of, do you put your players out at risk of getting injured, right, or do you try to get some work in, not against necessarily the exact types of defenses and scheming that you're going to face in the regular season, but I feel like last year they erred on the side of let's keep our starters healthy and let's just trust that we're going to get into the season. And you could argue that injuries derailed McCarthy early on more than necessarily like lack of preseason games. Like he's like hurt in week 2 and then it's a stop and start from there. But they're literally implementing new elements of a system, a new quarterback, new personnel in terms of a new starting center, a new wide receiver 3 here, and even like just some other peripheral players that are going to be in the offensive rotation, Max Bredesen, etc. So I would lean toward get some work in, man. Like if it had looked really smooth the first 2 weeks of training camp, okay, yeah, this is all clicking. Now, yesterday you could argue Kyler Murray maybe had his best or second best day of practice in the 2+ weeks so far. The ball barely hit the ground. He just looked comfortable. The timing was there. Was it a coincidence that he happens to have this awesome day at practice, at least in my opinion, watching the day that they finally kind of lift the weight of this quarterback competition off his shoulders? But I would lean toward, I don't think I'd play Jefferson, but I would definitely give Kyler Murray a series or two just to continue to get comfortable in this offense so you're not rusty starting against the Packers and the Bears on your schedule, by the way.
Yeah. So I loved yesterday's practice. And yes, it was full pads. It was not an intense practice, although we did have a couple of dust-ups. But it was not a super intense practice. But here's what I loved. And this is what I wanted, and we saw it. Do you know what I saw in practice, Phil, on Tuesday? I saw a lack of chaos. I saw a professional NFL-controlled practice in which even I, up on our perch, not being a member of the team, felt clarity. Like it really felt like there was clarity. We weren't going through, hey, you take these reps, you take these reps. We were literally just going through here's the split, I believe. And it's not like McCarthy didn't get snaps. I counted them as 26 snaps for Kyler. Now, all with the first team. That's important. Yes. 21 snaps with the second team for McCarthy. So he's still getting snaps. It's not like he's done with reps at all. But Kyler Murray, by my count, I believe, was 15 of 16. His only incompletion was a 7-on-7 a shot that they took to Addison down the right sideline. But I just love the fact that I felt like it was the first practice where it really felt like it was on point as to working to what they are working up towards for September 13th against the Packers. And like one thing I thought that made itself, and we've seen this before, but I thought it crystallized because of that clarity and lack of chaos yesterday, was the enormous role that Aaron Jones is potentially going to play here. Like he was carrying the ball left and right. He was catching the ball. Like you can see the concepts here. And I'm not saying that Aaron Jones has not previously been important. He has been. But you could see like the outside zone concepts with him as sort of the bell cow of that. And yes, he gets hurt. That's a concern. But I just thought yesterday's practice was the first one where it just felt like a really clean, here's your role, do your job, let's get to work practice, which I loved.
Do you think it felt that way because there was more Kyler Murray with the first team? Like, is it an indictment on McCarthy in terms of the feeling of practice, or is it more just like the clarity that and the crispness now that comes from naming the most important part of your infrastructure, 1 and 2?
I think trying to no, I'm not blaming McCarthy. I think trying to split reps in that environment and not allowing anyone to get in a rhythm makes it very tough.
Yeah,
I really do. So I'm not blaming a quarterback, but it just, Kyler Murray looked comfortable. He looked good. He looked very comfortable, and it was just very clear that instead of focusing on a competition, they were focused on preparing. So no blame to quarterbacks here, but it went from feeling like messy, like who's going to take the next set of reps, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, to okay, here's what we're working towards. Let's do that. And so like yesterday for the first time, and you might not agree with this, but I felt like yesterday for the first time that the actual football took precedence. Like,
I mean, from a narrative standpoint, it did. I don't know that they would say on the practice field that like, oh, we're talking about the quarterback competition. I don't think it was that big of a shift for the actual players on the field, other than like the ones are working with Kyler on every single snap. Like right. that is a big difference.
I think it. I guess my point is when you're trying to switch up the reps, I feel like players can't get in sync, and it's not just the QB. It's the offensive lineman. Yesterday felt like there was clarity for them as well.
Yeah.
And so now they would never say that personally, like they're not going to talk about that. But Searles and Boone have talked about, hey, we want to know what the cadence is. We want to work with the quarterback as much as possible, the starter. And so that's sort of how it felt. Like you just removed what was sort of the okay, we're trying to find out to we now know, and we're going to work on things. And you are changing, and I have no problem with this. I think it's a good idea. You are changing your philosophy somewhat.
Yes, where I 100% agree is, and before I make this point, could you tell us again how many snaps did Kyler Murray take with the first team offense yesterday?
26 snaps, 22 in team drills, 4 in 7-on-7.
Okay, so if you really want to boil it down, 22 snaps in full team, meaning all 11 guys on the field. The center is snapping it to you. In 7-on-7, the center is not snapping it to you. It's literally like a staffer who's throwing you the ball.
Yep.
So the closest reps to an actual like game simulated practice are the 11-on-11. And Kyler Murray got 22 reps with the first team offense yesterday. And it was a shorter practice. Sometimes that might go up to like 24 or 25 reps if they add an extra session, right? Mm-hmm. Well, in a real NFL game, the offense is getting anywhere between 45 and 70 offensive plays depending on like how well things are going in first downs. So take those 22 snaps with the first team offense. It's like half or less of what you'd get in a real NFL game. And those were being split first and second team between the two quarterbacks until yesterday. So where I fully agree with you is you don't get 100 practice snaps to run these plays every day. You get not that many, 20 or 22 of them. And when the quarterback is new and trying to build chemistry with the center and with the receivers and the tight ends, and even just like when you call a handoff play, just the timing of like, where's Aaron Jones going to be on this outside zone run? It may sound menial, but they're literally working on handoff footwork, just stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It does matter. And for that reason, it's nice that they picked a path here before we got too close to the regular season. So,
yep. And camp notes. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Judd's camp notes continues. The other thing I think.
Hello, fellas.
Hey, Declan.
Dex jumping in from Target Field here. Yeah.
The other thing I think we should mention, though, in fairness, was in his 21 reps, including 17 on team, that McCarthy took with the second team, he was 12 for 14. He was 9 of 10 in team drills, 3 of 4 in 7-on-7. The one incompletion in team was actually a play where I think he was going to be sacked. Of course, he can't be sacked, so he threw the ball. Eric Wilson picked it. And it was funny because later in practice, the same exact thing happened, and McCarthy just spiked the ball down. He's like, screw it, I'm not going to throw another pick. So
he didn't want Judd's camp notes tallying the interception against him in the statistics.
No, but to the point of, okay, he lost the job. I'm sure it's disappointing, but he also put in a decent day. So like I don't think either quarterback is at fault here for something that went wrong. I don't think there's any like blame of quarterbacks here. I thought both of them came in, had very solid days. I think if you were a spectator, you probably liked what you saw. It does look like Murray, and we said the same thing about McCarthy a year ago, but of course, Jordan Addison was suspended for the first 3 games. Murray and Addison are building a nice chemistry. The chemistry with Jefferson is a work in progress, but it's developing. Mm-hmm. But like to me, among the most important things now are those things. Are like, what is the chemistry? Because in Murray's case, there's going to be times because of his size where he's just going to have to know where the receiver is going to be and have some faith there. It's not like he can look over big Blake Brandel and fire the ball. He's going to fire the ball. But I think right now, like among the most important things to watch for if you're going to attend practices is what is that timing like between the primary receivers and Kyler? Because there are ways to get explosive plays that can involve the quick passing game. You don't have to throw downfield. But the Minnesota Vikings are not going to stop also driving the ball downfield at times. So if you're watching for things at practice, one is obviously the development of the run game, as much as that can be judged. But two is, and this is incredibly important, where is the chemistry at with Kyler, Addison, Jefferson, and certainly to a degree as well, Jennings?
Totally kind of separate side street on the quarterbacks here. I don't know if you stopped your tracking after Kyler and JJ McCarthy, but it felt anecdotally like Carson Wentz had quite a few snaps yesterday. Did you track Carson Wentz snaps?
Yeah.
Felt like he had more snaps than in most practices.
He had 4 in a team period. Nope.
Uh-oh.
He had 4 in 7-on-7. He had 4 in a team drill. And then I think he had 1 more. So not 9 or 10 snaps.
Okay.
9 or 10 snaps.
Okay. Just as a man who has been pushing the conspiracy theory that it didn't smell right when he signed immediately to be a QB3.
I hear you.
If my conspiratorial senses are correct, what you would do is you'd make your QB1 decision about a month before the season.
Yeah.
And then you would make a decision on QB2 at some point. And right now, if you're the Vikings and you've identified Kyler Murray as your QB1, long term, obviously JJ McCarthy has upside, unless you believe he's totally, and there are people that think he's just a bust and he's cooked, whatever. But like, if you had to put a QB2 in a game to run this system, I think Kevin O'Connell currently trusts Carson Wentz more than JJ McCarthy. Now, there's bigger forces that go into all of this, and we can unpack it over the coming days. But I feel like that is something to watch moving forward in practice. If they ramp up Carson Wentz's reps, does he actually start to challenge for the QB2 job? Because that's how this was designed all along going back to March.
And we'll talk about this in the coming days, or is there a potential, ideally, you showcase McCarthy in the preseason game, and there's no competition because J.J. McCarthy is now with another team, get you a draft pick back in Carson Wentz, who, I mean, O'Connell did make it very clear upon Wentz's return, he doesn't need a lot of work. He knows our system, and so you want to get him some work. But like, I actually think there's a better chance that McCarthy is gone and Wentz Wentz jumps him.
I'm baking that part into the equation too.
Okay. Yeah. Much to the chagrin of Declan Goff.
As long as he doesn't touch the field, he can be on the sidelines as long as he wants.
Yeah, well, if he's the backup quarterback and Kyler Murray's your starter, dude, I got news for you. The man is touching the field.
Can't wait.
You know what this podcast needs more of? Declan complaining about Carson Wentz.
Yes.
That's what this podcast needs more of. Just like it needs more of me pumping the tires of J.J. McCarthy and Thor, you know? It's tired. It's played out,
I'm just here to give you camp notes. I am just here to give you camp notes, okay?
Do you have any more camp notes of note, of relevance? Judge, camp notes.
Not really, other than to say, well, first of all, I do. Jay Ward was back. So Jay Ward missed like 3 days. It turned out O'Connell on Sunday said that he had been in concussion protocol. He was back, which is nice. Jamal Adams continues to see a lot of time, primarily now at the safety spot, which is not surprising. But I'm telling you, I've convinced myself, done this before, been wrong before, but I am convincing myself more and more and more they are preparing for life without a Harrison Smith return, and they, you know, I mean, if Josh Metellus can play his role, because Josh Metellus is really, really smart. Yeah. But the more Rhodes Scholars that you have in the Flores school of defense, especially back in the secondary, the better. So the Jamal Adams thing to me is like one of the, this is a really, really smart move. And who knows? I mean, he's not young, but he's not an ancient guy too. What, he's 30. So I think that is really intriguing. The other thing now, among the things now that Kyler is the quarterback as well, and we've talked about this, and it's been a concern, but I think it's worth really drilling down on, and I might ask O'Connell about this the next time he talks, is the Blake Brandel snapping shotgun issue. Because, this dude's going to be in shotgun or pistol a lot. a lot. He'll be under center some, but it's not going to be what we were used to. And the snapping thing is no small thing. And so that's one. And then just again the continued evolution of the run game, and we're seeing it in just snippets right now. But I am just so intrigued. And O'Connell again mentioned yesterday at his press conference something along the lines of, we're preparing this offense or Kyler for what this year's version of the offense is going to be. A very direct insinuation that, hey, what you've seen before from me is not what you're going to completely get. Like if you're looking for fun things, I would focus on September 13th being willing to say this is really outside the box for what we've grown accustomed to from Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, and I think we should touch on, because both Kevin O'Connell and Kyler Murray spoke to reporters yesterday, and it was a lot of word salad from KO. KO had a 7-minute opening statement.
I transcribed the whole thing.
So he had, the way it works is because these guys are all on a super tight schedule. He doesn't have an infinite amount of time to meet with the media. I don't know what the exact allotted time was, 10 or 12 minutes or 15 minutes. That's the block for KO to meet with the media. And he brilliantly ran out the clock for 7 minutes with an opening statement talking about just both quarterbacks and J.J. McCarthy, handling it well and all these things, and how the pen is still in J.J. McCarthy's hand for his career, but it's projecting what Kyler could be in the system is what really put it over. They saw enough to say, okay, we've seen enough to this point, but projecting what he could be is what makes us really excited. And I get that from his perspective of being more comfortable working with veteran quarterbacks. Yeah. He was always going to lean that direction, and here we are.
It sounded like something. So the opening statement sounded like something between an acceptance speech at the Golden Globes in thanking those who had participated, and like a undergraduate delivery of a summation in class. And
it was like his end of the semester. Term paper presentation or something.
It's funny because Kevin often talks about the red pen, right? I got the red pen right here. And he talks about it as far as the plays go, where he sits down with the quarterback and they take the red pen out and they line delete plays. And O'Connell had his entire speech. This was all typed out. Like this was written out. This was not top off of the top of his head. But I felt like saying, can I have the red pen? Because, there's a lot of this we can just delete. Like too much. Too many words. So, yeah, it was something. But, yeah, this was all because he was turning pages. So, this was a lot of words, but it was well crafted. I just wish he had allowed Professor Sports Dad to come in and be like, we don't need this paragraph. Now, we don't have to thank these people. We don't have to thank. No one easily knows he works here.
Who all did he thank? You did send the transcription here. I guess I could.
I've got the transcription right here. I kept it. I literally transcribed. We had a transcription pool because I did not want to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I literally transcribed the entire statement. I can find it here.
So the beat writers are still manually transcribing things in 2026.
No, a lot of them have a phone that transcribes, but I don't, and I won't, and I'm fine with that. I often don't. I don't usually care about quotes now, but in this case, I was gonna write.
There's a
Are you at the 18th? Are you at the 18th at Augusta?
I am. I moved outside for this because I figured literally it's me, the 4 Lawns crew guys. Grady Sizemore's down there talking to someone from Baltimore's
Can you talk lower? There's birds chirping, for Christ's sakes. It's golf talk.
Yeah. Grady Sizemore behind the plates, commiserating with an old friend who now belongs in Baltimore. Target Field, Minneapolis.
The Masters. Serious. I think just one last thought here on the quarterbacks, and we'll get to. We have a special guest predictor. We'll get to our write that down predictions here, and we can expand on this because we have some more episodes lined up here going into Thursday tomorrow too, but. We've exhausted, admittedly, a lot of the questions about Kyler Murray, and those questions still need to be answered. Downfield consistency, durability. I even think like his introverted personality is so different than what you see out of a lot of top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yes.
And he was, he did 12, 15 minutes and answered everyone's questions yesterday, and he was very, he wasn't like surly or anything. He was grateful that he got the job, but he's not like the dynamic leader personality that you get out of a lot of top quarterbacks. We would poke at Kirk for being kind of a bizarre personality, but like when Kirk was boisterous and Kirk was a leader and Kirk was
goofy.
He was people kind of gravitate toward Kirk, right? So I will say that a lot of those questions don't just go away after yesterday's decision. Period, space, new paragraph. And also, we should do a better job highlighting the positive attributes. And I think we've spent so much time dooming about, these are the things that could trip him up, or how does he fit with this offense? Okay, well, there is now evidence throughout the offseason and the 2 weeks of open practices that Kevin O'Connell went into the lab, hired Frank Smith, and they've made a commitment to molding an offense more closely around Kyler Murray's skill sets than maybe they've done with previous quarterbacks, J.J. McCarthy last year, right?
Yeah.
So when you take the fact that from what we've seen so far, Kevin O'Connell is moldable, maybe he's adaptable, and he's learning from some of the mistakes coaching-wise last year, and then you mix in Kyler's mobility, his ability to pick up some extra first downs with his legs. The Vikings were terrible on third down. Mobility to get outside on some of these bootlegs, and he also just completes a lot of passes. He's not necessarily the chunk the ball down the field guy as much, but the ball is going to be out and he's going to complete passes at a higher rate than the three Vikings quarterbacks did last year. So now that we have an answer, and now that the Vikings have committed and they've spent 2 weeks showing you that, hey, we're doing some stuff here, shotgun, pistol, outside zone, some Kyler things here, then I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt over the next month to continue to build off this stuff. Because if Kyler Murray can even be a league average quarterback, and he has absolutely been that and better in his career, with this defense that we've seen at practice now for 2 weeks, this is an 11-win football team that might win the division. If Kyler can be that dude in this system.
Independent of Kyler, too, I think the most important thing, and I don't care if it's Kyler, I don't care if it's Elway, I don't care if it's Montana. The most important thing, too, here is the changes that appear to be made, we'll see, to the run game. Like, you needed and it is, I will say this, and I got no problem with this, it is becoming a little bit more of a league-wide trend, and I think we talked about this last season, to embrace the run game again. Like, it got out of control how teams weren't. And like I told you, I think we were coming back from practice, walking across the field yesterday, and I said it before here. Explosive plays don't need to be 25-yard passes downfield. They can be 5-yard passes. Like they don't say, well, that's not an explosive play because he didn't catch the ball deep enough down the field. Yeah. And so if you're going to embrace the screen game, which the Vikings, Dex has talked about this for years. He's right. Like, this team needs to have a good screen game, which they should now. This team needs to run the ball more. Outside zone is great. That should help. So can Kyler thrive with that? Absolutely. But no matter who played QB, I wanted to see this. Like this makes more sense, because you can't guarantee that every quarterback that you get is just going to have a howitzer for an arm, or that if he does, he can control where the ball goes necessarily. Yeah. So yeah, I agree, and I think we have made it pretty clear. There's just been a lot of crap because of the competition. I think we've made it pretty clear that we like what we're seeing. Like, offensively, schematically, I think we like it.
Yeah. So more Judd's camp notes coming down the pipeline throughout the week here. We think McCarthy might talk today.
Yeah, and I'm still tracking, by the way.
You should,
I'm still tracking, okay?
Keep tracking Wentz.
I will, but I'm just saying, just because O'Connell picked a quarterback and he doesn't like tracking, doesn't mean Sports Dad's going to be tracking until he drops. And then someone else is going to have to track.
And he's going to be held accountable here shortly in our Wednesday Write That Down segment. So, and we tell people too, cause we might do this throughout the season, where we might, if there's something newsy, we may lead these Wednesday episodes with something and then get to the Write That Down prediction. So if there's ever a case where you don't see Write That Down on a thumbnail on YouTube or whatever, we're still doing this every single Wednesday. Some episodes we're going to lead with it. Some it's going to be kind of part 2 here. But before we get into the predictions and the accountability, Dex, if you could tell these people about standard heating and air while you sit and enjoy a nice morning at Target Field, that would be great.
That's right. I will tell you about standard heating as I start bumping some tunes here at Target Field. Go to standardheating.com. You can get $75 off your first HVAC inspection. If you've never used standard heating before, that's an offer for you. They were able to help me out in the 11th hour with the brand new air conditioning unit. They have financing available. They made the whole process super simple and easy to understand. So if you have not had your furnace and HVAC looked at, go contact Standard Heating and Air Conditioning today to get your HVAC system serviced.
Also, Running Aces is a great hang, especially this time of year when live horse racing is going on. In fact, it was a year ago, and we do have a watch party planned for the season at Running Aces that we will tell you about as we get closer. But last year, we did the first Thursday night football game of the year. We did a Purple Daily Unplugged and watched the game at Running Aces. So we're excited to be back a couple times in 2026. Running Aces is a smoke-free, bright, energy-filled, glorious place with great table games, blackjack and poker, and they always have specials, drink specials and food specials going on too. Trivia on Thursday nights in the main bar area. Runaces.com. All right, write this down. Let's do a quick accountability session here, boys. And Dex, I'll let you can multitask from Target Field. So here's how this works if you are new to the segment. Maybe you just discovered Purple Daily here during training camp, or Judd's Camp Notes hooked you in. Welcome in. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Hit that like button also. And then on Apple and Spotify, you can help us by giving us a 5-star rating and a positive review. So write that down, is 3 Vikings or American football related predictions every week from everyone on the show. We keep track of our statistics so you can see how dumb and wrong we are on a regular basis. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns, a touchdown being something that would have a lesser percentage chance, like a 20% chance of coming off the board. And then listeners, if you want to participate, you can send Declan a message through the Score North app, which is exactly how, when we get there, today's guest predictor, I'm sure, arranged this. She probably sent Declan a message very officially through the Score North app.
Yes, she did.
I'm sure that's how that went down. So here's the accountability session. Judd, you said Kevin O'Connell will officially name the Vikings starting quarterback on August 17th.
Very unfortunate.
6 days later than it actually happened. You said, or cleaning a couple up here from that we're kind of just lurking around the board here. You said Danny Collins won't be the Gopher football defensive coordinator in 2026.
I did?
Yeah. He's in there. Then you said Kevin O'Connell will reportedly help pick or will have worked with the Vikings' next GM. Well, he was in the interviews, so we're going to give you that one on Nolan Teasley. He technically helped pick Nolan Teasley.
Nice.
I gave you a parlay after the offense was embarrassed 2 Mondays ago at Vikings practice in the 2-minute. I told you they're going to run the 2-minute back on last Wednesday, and the offense will score a touchdown in the 2-minute drill. Now, kind of a lucky play. It was Kyler Murray, not even a 50-50 ball. It was like a 33% ball because there was 2 defenders.
And he would have been tackled, but he couldn't, but he wasn't. Yeah.
But they counted it. They ended the drive, and so your boy gets a touchdown here on it.
All right.
Declan sounding less than
All right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Listeners, Alex has this one still on the board. There's nothing that came off the board, so we'll highlight this one. He said Kyler Murray will be top 4 in NFL MVP odds at some point after week 6. What do you think? You guys, how much Kyler Kool-Aid are you guys
Not that much.
drinking? Not as much as Alex?
I mean, no, sorry.
Okay. Declan said in the first 2 practices after the August 9th night practice, one of the Vikings quarterbacks will receive more reps with the first team in said practices. I'm taking this off the board without even seeing today's practice.
Yeah.
Now, I guess if Kyler got hurt and doesn't participate
explodes
in JJ,
on a 3-step drop off, yeah.
So
I'll be tracking it, and I will get back to you if it's wrong because this is premature greening.
It's literally injury would be the only thing that.
Well, I mean, what if Kevin O'Connell had a change of heart overnight?
You're right.
I've been thinking about it, guys. I'm changing course.
Did I say that yesterday? I'm sorry. I meant the other way around. I meant JJ McCarthy.
The primaries are in. JJ won.
I will say
Recount the vote.
you can take off I made a prediction about the first Vikings draft pick throwing a nice first pitch.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me pull up.
Remember, I text you guys on Monday.
Yeah,
I had Twins PR went back and reviewed film for me. Shout out to Mitch Hested, who I've had nothing but glowing things, and I've always loved Mitch. And I wasn't at Monday's game, and I saw all three of the Vikings rookies. It was him, Golday, I think Big Citrus were all out here to throw first pitches. But my wording was the Vikings' first draft pick, which would have been Caleb Banks. I said, did Caleb Banks bounce or airmail the first pitch? And he goes, I wasn't watching, but let me go review the tape for you. Mitch went back, watched the game ops, because that is only available to people at the ballpark. And he said, sorry, dude, he bounced it.
Oh, what amazing, helpful research, though, by Mitch Hestad, the legendary Mitch Hestad.
Time that Mitch will never get back in his life. Spent reviewing a Caleb Banks first pitch.
The king of Twins pregame notes. He probably averages 4,000 words typed every single day.
You can bank on it. Caleb Banks will throw out the first pitch.
Bank shot.
Oh,
bank shot.
Wow.
Bank shot.
Love it,
Let's
love
go.
it.
Come on.
Shot,
All right,
right.
Dustin.
That should be his thing.
I'm
When
here.
he throws out the first pitch, he just throws a laser off the backstop and calls
Bank shot.
bank shot.
Bank shot.
Love it.
So Declan, well, you're not going to see this here on the graphics. So Declan's actually sitting a little lower than 42%. It's 41% after that self-report. Judd, you and I are now tied at 50% completion. So all of us off to a nice little start here. Listeners, 34.6%. Listeners and myself each with 3 touchdowns. Dex with 2. Check down Judd, still looking for his first touchdown.
It's early. It's not even the season yet.
Our season's halfway over.
Why am I?
But the bulk of the attempts are still on the horizon, in fairness.
It's training camp.
Declan's actually at 35.9%. I'm at 35.2. Judd at 35. So all of us are within 1% of each other in career stats, which is crazy. And then listeners at 24.7. I have a 1-touchdown lead at 72 over the listeners, 71. So there's your accountability session. Let's get our guest listener predictor in here. The better half of the Goff family, Kelsey Goff, making her return to. How would we rank the Goffs in terms of Kelsey number 1, Sonny maybe a 1B, and then it's a Declan Vinny battle maybe for third?
I'm fourth.
No, you're
He's
fourth.
fourth.
You don't beat the Vince, sir.
Vinny is very upset that I'm in your spot.
Yeah, is he confused? So you're literally sitting for the audio audience. Kelsey is sitting where Declan usually sits every day, and Declan's just like at Target Field right now with birds and groundskeepers.
I moved in because they started blasting some tunes. Last thing we need is another copyright strike or something on this YouTube channel. So I was like, I'll pony up. I'll move in here. So I'm in the Legends Club now, or Thriving Club. Sorry, Thriving Club now.
It's still the Legends Club to me. Damn it.
That's right.
So, all right, well, Dex, you want to set us up here? Is there a theme here, or is this? Are we going to have Dex take headphones off, Kelsey, or how is this going to work?
I have one that Declan will need to take his headphones off for.
Okay.
I have one for her to take her headphones off.
Wow.
So look at this.
Wow.
I'm
I
using
also
your
feel
headphones.
like last time Kelsey joined, you for sure joined for pre-wedding predictions a couple years ago.
Yeah. I think it was
and you
2023.
were okay making Declan predictions with him keeping his headphones on, which was you said he is so sure to forget his socks or whatever it was.
And I did.
That he doesn't even have to take his headphones.
I did.
It's remarkable.
I forgot him.
Remarkable.
Yep.
So, all right, we'll start with Kelsey. We'll go over to Sports Dad and then Dex, and then all round it out here, and we'll make our predictions. So, Kelsey,
Write it down. You like writing things down.
the floor is yours.
Okay. My first prediction is that Sonny will take his first steps before Kyler Murray throws his first passing touchdown.
How close are we? Do we
what's
feel?
the timetable?
So Sonny turns 1 on September 21st. So
Okay.
that's week 3, 2,
Yeah, week 2.
2, 3.
Yeah, like 2.5, 3.
And we're close, but he is not confident. He pushes laundry baskets around and the diaper boxes around and moves on the furniture, but he's still He reaches to take that first step, and he's like, nope, and then he goes down. So we're close, but I think he's still got a little while.
Yeah.
Actually,
He,
sounds like the
shimmies.
Vikings night practice on Sunday.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So he shimmies, and he is starting to like stand on his own. So like he is starting to kind of stand on his own. You still have to basically spot him like a gymnast. Like there's hands just kind of near his armpits. Of is he going to wobble, and his 99th percentile head size makes it very difficult for balance. So he's close. So I don't know. I think Kyler probably has the leg up on this, but it's possible. It's possibly takes.
So the range of are we on first step watch at all right now? We're not. It doesn't sound like a warning, but it sounds like we're entering like in the next
We're in
month.
watch stage. We're in watch stage.
Like average is usually, I think they start walking between 12 and 15 months, and he turns 1 in September. So right in that first good part of the season, he should take his first couple. So
That's good.
We'll see.
So if you are right, Vikings fans will not be pleased with Kyler unless they score a ton of rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe maybe they're so committed to running the football.
Write it down. You
Yeah,
like
there's
writing
semantics
things down?
involved, like rushing touchdowns, field goals. Maybe Kyler doesn't throw a touchdown for like the first 2 weeks. So like there's a lot of trap doors here.
Judd, what's your first prediction?
Okay, my first prediction is this. I've talked about it, so I might as well put it on the record here. Blake Brandel will have at least one errant snap on a shotgun or pistol in the first 4 games of the season. In fact, you know what? Scrap that. He will just have an errant snap. There will be something that will go wrong. It'll be his fault. Now, it'll probably be a shotgun or pistol, but just in case he screws up a snap under center or something weird happens, I should not confine myself. Okay. I know this to the verbiage that could cost me. So an errant snap by Blake Brandel within the first 4 games of the season.
You can't just spread some football joy, huh? You just gotta be the doomer. We got a QB1 here. We got a top defense, and all you want to do is spread.
You know what? Everything like that is a learning experience. So there's good and bad. It's all a learning experience.
Yeah, you're never failing. You're learning.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Last time I checked, a bad shotgun snap does not kill you. It makes you stronger. I am looking. You know what? I look deep into man's soul, and what I see is good, even from bad.
Okay, Gary V. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
seriously.
calm down. Yeah.
Write this down.
All right, the Dexter.
I'll start with this one. Carson Wentz. I'll do a Carson Wentz prediction. Write this down. Carson Wentz. Kelsey knows mine. Yeah, it permeates throughout the house.
I'm sure she has to hear it. I'm sure she has to hear it.
She said to me yesterday, do we still have the redhead guy that you hate on the Vikings roster? And I said, yes, we do. Yes, we do. He is still on the Vikings roster.
That's great.
Yes, he is. So here's my prediction, though. Write it down. Carson Wentz will throw an interception in the regular season before J.J. McCarthy does in 2026. Wow. Write it down.
So many layers. It's kind of a QB2 prediction rolled into a negative Wentz prediction.
Yeah. Rolled into a Kyler Murray gets hurt prediction, but like you can't take that off the table.
It's definitely a touchdown because of the hidden parlay layers that are baked within here.
Well, and ideally Carson Wentz does not play at all.
That'd be ideal.
So
that'd be ideal.
Okay.
So I'm negative. Blake Brandel, I'm like Mr. Sunshine.
Okay,
write
this down.
Things down.
Sorry, Dex, but write this down. You can keep your headphones on for this, but Sonny will say mom or dog in some form before he says some form of dad.
Oh,
this is already off the board?
Yeah, he says dada a lot.
Okay.
And he said dada first. Declan was in Florida for spring training for a week. It was just me and him. And Declan comes home from Fort Myers, and Sonny is like, Dada. And I was like, are you kidding me?
You effing
really?
are joking.
All week? What's happening?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So have we not got a mommy or a mama yet?
No, we have a mama and a dada and Baba and Nana. And that's pretty much it so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Baba, okay.
You want to audible it all?
I'm trying to think of what his first Vikings player name is going to be then on my audible here.
Christian Darrisaw.
It's probably going to be echoing Dad. I'm going to workshop this and get to my second prediction here.
And it could be preceded by a swear word.
Oh yeah,
that's effing went.
Yeah.
And then Declan, and he's then in big trouble because he'll have taught Sonny that word.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. Ty Felton will catch a touchdown pass in the regular season. We're going to get a regular season Ty Felton touchdown reception at some point. So he's going to preseason's a given. He's going to be out there cooking in the preseason. But he's going to have a regular season touchdown catch at some point.
Write this down.
Write it down. Okay, back to Kelsey.
Okay, my second one, Declan has to take his headphones off because he would try to avoid this. And a lot of math went into this one for me.
Oh, so he wouldn't be able to comprehend that.
I was going to say, these are not things that Declan is good at.
Okay, write this down. Declan will have to change one of Sonny's poopy diapers after the 2-minute warning during one of the Vikings' first 4 noon games.
Okay, well, I have to write because he's not transcribing. So hit me with it again here so I can.
Declan will have to change a poopy diaper after the 2-minute warning, so in a pivotal moment of the game, but 2-minute warning during one of the Vikings' first 4 noon games.
Okay.
So I had to do some math based on Sonny's current schedule.
Oh.
When the Vikings game and when the 2-minute warning would be.
Wow.
Really get that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he will not be thrilled if that happens.
And then should we say then to put like an end time frame between the 2-minute warning and the start of Ventline, or maybe even like during Ventline? Like what would be the end point of the
start of Ventline? I would never make him. I would never make him do that, and I would have to be home or away with Sonny during Ventline because that would be chaotic.
I mean, it would be great for it'd be great for the show.
Yeah.
Like if he had to excuse himself during the show to change Sonny, we're talking Content Central here.
Oh boy,
so don't hesitate to stick him with that.
I would hear about that for the rest of the season if that happened. So
look at him. He's wondering right now. He's like, why is this taking so long?
That was a lot of math.
This prediction. Yeah, you come back in.
All right. All right.
Sorry, Decky.
That took a long time. I'm very.
Yep. And be careful. It could happen at any moment.
Could it happen right now? No, actually, it technically cannot happen right now because of the parameters that were put on. So you're safe right now.
Okay.
Okay, back to Judd. Second prediction.
Okay, not nearly as exciting. Jamal Adams will have at least 1 sack or be given credit for a portion of a sack, so part of a sack, in the Vikings' first 3 games. So he will be either get credit for the sack or be involved, half a sack, in a sack in the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah. Let's go. I think you're looking at maybe a starting defensive player right there.
Safety blitz.
Judley. I thought you were going to say something about Jamal Adams in a diaper, but I'm glad that you didn't piggyback there. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Write this down.
Dear God.
Well, I mean, he is old. He's 30. I mean, you never know.
That's true. Yeah.
He might have to wear Depends. I mean, at that
like
age.
Deion Sanders and those Depends ads. There's Deion Sanders.
Is that a thing?
Depends. Oh yeah, he's been doing a male diaper commercial, adult diaper commercial for like the last year.
I got to be honest. If they came to me and said, "Would you endorse male diapers?" I'd probably say yes.
Yeah, Judd here. Once you're done filling up at Quick Trip,
hey,
make sure you can make it home in time. But if not, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Are you pushing 60?
Depends. He does.
Are you lazy?
Depends commercial.
Isn't it a thing for like the New Year's Eve ball dropping in New York City? Because you're standing along the rail. I think people wear Depends so that they don't have to go find a bathroom.
Surgeons do that. Residents do that.
Really?
Because they don't want to leave surgery, especially if you're a resident. You don't want to miss anything.
I thought you were supposed to be ultra sanitary though in a surge. Like that doesn't seem very sanitary to me.
Well, if you leave though, you're no longer sanitary. You're not sterile.
But scrub back in.
Yeah.
Who was the guy in Concert Dex who you can't stand? Noah Khan?
Noah Khan, yeah.
So there was a story about the fact that
he does wear diapers. Weird.
No. His fans would get there early in front of the stage and didn't want to give up their place, so they would go number 2, like where they were standing, so they didn't have to move.
See?
Like I'm dead serious. I'm not being funny. It's disgusting.
Gen Z
Dead
needs to be
serious.
stopped. This is just.
Is this Gen
that's-
Z?
Oh, they love Noah Khan.
Gen,
I mean, my
Gen Z
generation,
is
millennials do
diabolical,
too,
man.
But what's
they
wrong with
love
them?
What's wrong with Noah Khan?
No, what's wrong with Gen Z?
Oh, we don't have enough time left on
We
the
don't have time for
podcast.
that.
But
Yeah,
we love
yeah.
that they listen to Purple Daily.
Purple Daily.
Okay?
We love
You
that
guys
I
for
was
are
gonna
the
say,
best.
you know what? I'm sports dad. You kids keep doing what you're doing. If you need to go poopy, you go poopy.
Write this down.
I think we're back. Is it me? Is it my
No,
turn?
it's me.
here?
It's
It's
me.
Declan.
It's
okay.
Declan.
Yeah.
We had the long wait.
All right, Kelsey, you take your headphones off here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we'll
Turnabout
go.
is fair play on. Write that
see.
down.
See what we can do here. I'll wait for her to make sure she's not listening to me. Are you listening to me? Sonny loves me more than you. Nothing? Okay, good. That's not true,
Where's
by
the
the way.
trust?
That's
Where's the
not true, by
trust?
the way. Sonny loves mom.
Come on, Dada.
Um,
Dada, what's your prediction?
write this down. Kelsey will make a comment about how good Kevin O'Connell looks in the first quarter of the first Vikings game. Kelsey,
Regular season or playoffs?
yeah,
Okay.
regular season. She will immediately say something very inappropriate to the point that I don't even know I'm comfortable sharing what she could say on the podcast.
Wow.
She loves KOC. Her and Jesse Pierce used to talk about it a lot. They
Oh,
both
man.
love KOC. So she will make a comment instantly when they first show him on the sidelines of
Just
at
look
some
at
point in the
those-
first. This is, to be
those
honest,
deep in-cut routes on 2nd and 11.
this is very much a check down for her, but I have to put it into existence.
Okay.
But it'll be first quarter.
First quarter. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I want to say the
First quarter.
first time he's shown, but like, yes, first quarter.
Okay.
They'll show
Okay.
him first
All right.
quarter.
You can come
All right,
back
Kelsey,
in. Come on in.
come back in.
Yep.
Put the cans back on.
Yep. This is
All right.
diabolical. This is just diabolical.
You too.
Jeez.
Wow. All right, back to me.
Write that down.
You're safe for now here, Kelsey, but
Okay.
you won't be safe at some point in the future. There will be a window where you have to avoid something.
Or not.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to say that we've talked about is Jordan Addison going to get an extension, whatever. I'm going to say this. Write this down. Justin Jefferson will get an extension with the Vikings before Jordan Addison. Like another extension. He's already one of the 5 highest paid receivers in the league. Jefferson will get another extension with the Vikings before Jordan Addison gets an extension with the Vikings. Write it down. We'll see.
that.
Some of the guys in Addison's class are up right now. I think you're Jefferson. You're looking around saying, "Oh, that contract was nice, but I don't know. There's a bunch of guys making 40 now." So I don't know.
Write this down.
Write it down. All right, back to Kelsey for
Good one.
third and final prediction here.
Okay. Write this down. Dallas Turner will have more sacks than Sonny has teeth by Christmas.
All right.
What's the teeth count at?
We're teething now, though, a little bit, aren't
Yes. We're teething now. Right now we have 6.
we? Okay.
And by Christmas, he should have his 2 other eye teeth. So he should have 8 by the 15th month mark.
Okay. Yeah, and Dex, you were saying you still have one of those sitting in there, right? Don't
Yeah.
you? One
Right
of your-
down
yeah.
there, sure.
Okay, so maybe one of those will stick around for like 30 years.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. If Sonny's lucky.
You're lucky. No, you want those out. You want
Well,
those to fall out.
Design, as you said, genetics a design flaw. It's
That's a design flaw. That's a design flaw. I actually think teething is now a design flaw, like because it's painful. Like why?
That's
It's
weird.
awful.
Yeah.
Why can't we fix that? Like
You used to have bones growing in your head and bursting through the gum line.
Gums.
you know?
yeah,
pretty
I know. I feel
It's
like
terrible.
it's a design flaw.
It's also the same symptoms as an ear infection. So it's like, do you need to go to the doctor? Are you
Oh.
just teething?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which are the same symptoms as like, a contract hold in the NFL. Where you go, I got your
Can't balance. I can't stand up. Oh, I got a new contract. Oh, I feel good.
Before we get to our final predictions here, and Kelsey, you can stick around for these as well. Maybe you can even help Declan talk about Valor Pest Solutions before we get into the final predictions.
Yes. Valor
They
came
did a
out
great job.
in the 11th hour. They did, because she said, can you come in here for a bit? And there was just a football diameter of ants in our son's room. It was the most ants I have ever seen in my entire
Gross.
life. congregated in one room inside the house. First, it started out of the house. They infiltrated my house. It was a whole dang thing. And luckily, Valor came out because they're designing products to combat Minnesota pests in Minnesota homes. So if you've had pest issues, over-the-counter's not working, let the experts handle it at Valor. So go to Valor Pest Solutions, tell Purple Daily sent you. You'll get 50% off your initial service. Go contact Valor and shout out for them to helping us out, and go get your pest solutions taken care of by Valor.
Also, coming up here later on this month, the Minnesota Renaissance Festival is back for 2026. It's a great place to bring your family, bring some friends, maybe a little couples night. There's taverns throughout the festival. There's also 250 artisans and shops, 50 plus games, rides, and attractions for family, 16 stages of entertainment. Just a fun hang. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival starting August 22nd and then running weekends and Labor Day through October 4th. RenaissanceFest.com for discount tickets. And through August 20th, we're doing a buy one, get one free ticket offer at scorenorth.com, keyword FEST, for the Minnesota Renaissance Festival.
Write this down.
All right, Judd, what's your third and final prediction?
My third and final prediction is my guy, Max Bredesen, will have 2 or more touchdowns for the Vikings this season. Now, just to put that into perspective, C.J. Ham, 0 touchdowns in 4 seasons under Kevin O'Connell. So a fullback under O'Connell as a Viking never had a touchdown. Max Bredesen, though, is a different cat. He not only likes violence on the football field, he likes the football in his hands. 2 or more touchdowns.
Wow. I feel like that's definitely a touchdown prediction because he's more likely to be lead blocking on someone else's touchdown than maybe scoring a touchdown. But
not when he leaks out. He leaks out, surprises everybody, touchdown catch.
Going against the grain of the defensive
First,
front.
he flattened some unsuspecting defensive player, some linebacker.
Let's go. All right, Dex.
Write it down.
All right.
You like writing things down?
I'll make a Chuck Demings prediction here. Write this down. Chuck Demings will be credited with a 4th quarter turnover. So interception, forced fumble recovery at some point in the regular season. So a big Chucky D play. Comes in last second and makes a play in the 4th quarter, I guess. So not completely last second, but at a pivotal point in the game. So I'm quantifying that in the 4th quarter. But Chucky D will be credited with a 4th quarter turnover at some point in the regular season.
Yeah. Old Chucky D. Let's get it.
Write it down. You like writing things down?
All right. Let's go. Does Sonny have a Vikings jersey yet? Like a jersey, like a baby jersey or anything?
No,
no.
Yeah, we got him like
Nothing that fits
onesies
him.
last fall, but we have, if he keeps going the way he's going, my brothers keep saying that Sonny's going to be a right tackle. He's very large for not quite 11 months, so he needs new Vikings and Purple Daily apparel for the season.
I feel like we had a baby onesie in the shop last year at the State Fair.
I think we did too.
Yeah, we had a Purple Daily onesie last year and Vikings onesies, but yeah, he's a little chunky, so we got to get him.
So where are the genes from for that? Because your husband is certainly not qualified, but I know his brother is a bigger guy. Like I've got a little bit of my mom's body type and my dad's brother, because my dad was like Declan, really skinny guy. It's like it's always weird, like where the link comes from, because it's not necessarily the parents.
Yep. I don't know. I think it could be both, because I mean Liam and my brothers Cody, like they're all built like that. So it could be either side. But yeah, if Sonny continues growing at this rate, he's gonna look real funny next to Declan when he's in high school.
I'll be on the field for senior.
It's gonna be like, that's not your kid.
Here's this offensive tackle, and here's Dad, who's still built like a string bean, standing next to him. I gotta get Maya and Boone. I gotta get Maya and Boone to just hold this baby, and they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, offensive tackle, offensive guard."
We'll see.
Yeah.
They say like, "Oh, they slim out when they start walking." So
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. But he's 26 pounds at not quite 11 months, and that's like the 100th percentile or something crazy
awesome.
for weight.
Let's
Like
go.
that's a
Yeah,
big,
dude,
that's a big baby.
He's already in Thor's draft database right now.
Yes.
Just
Left
opened up
tackle.
the tab.
Make sure he plays left tackle. Make sure he
Heydays.
throws left-handed and plays left tackle. We want to
Declan
maximize
wants
the
him-
contract.
Declan wants him to be left-handed so bad.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
Crafty
So bad.
lefty throwing
If you can
slop up there. Yeah.
Get a couple outs in the 8th inning,
Yeah.
you can make a lot of money. You know?
Comes
All
in,
right.
pick
Well,
off the first.
I'm gonna need Judd to take his headphones off for my Sunny prediction here. Actually,
Okay.
all right.
Wow.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I need Judd to take his headphones off.
I love this. This is a great workaround.
All right. I don't think you can hear me now. Okay, I know that the timing of Sonny's birthday coincides with like football season, so it's a little hard, but I'm gonna make a long-term prediction. At some point, I'll say by Sonny's 3rd birthday, Judd will gift Sonny a Judd's Camp Notes notebook in some form. So maybe it's like a birthday party or some other reason to like gather. And at some point in the next 2 years, Judd will gift Sonny his first Judd's Camp Notes notebook. It might even be signed, a little bit narcissistically there, I might add. But that will be Judd's gift to Sonny. Get him started early with a Judd's Camp Notes notebook.
Okay.
Write it down.
I think
Okay.
it's like
Write it down. You
a
like
6-pack
writing
or
things down?
something. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
No, he's not giving that away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. You're good.
All right, you come back. You're good. You're good.
Judd.
Coming back here. Yeah. All right. There we go.
All right.
It's probably not going to come off the board now. I hope that it comes off the board long term. I really do. It's a positive prediction, and I'm going to telepathically try to communicate it to you in some form to make this happen.
I can't read lips, but I have an idea of what it might be.
Interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final words from the Goff family here before we say goodbye on Purple Daily today?
No, just shout out to all my brothers that I know are listening and my dad, especially because
Yeah.
I was on today. So they're probably like, oh, Kelsey,
Did you
I
tell
love
them?
your prediction.
Or is this going to be
No,
a
I was going to
surprise?
tell them. I was going to tell them afterwards.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I told
This'll-
Joey. We moved him into St. Olaf yesterday. He's starting his sophomore year playing college football. So I told him,
Yeah.
and I wanted him to approve my predictions. And he said they were pretty good. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go
Yes.
St. Olaf.
but yes.
Go
Rock and
Olies.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Olies. I love it. The Olies, the Tommies, the
We
Johnnies.
good this year?
Yeah, are the Olies good?
I don't know.
Uh,
I think
I
they're
should
running
probably
back a
know
lot
that.
of the same offense. The quarterback's the same. I think he's moving up. He moved up the depth chart a little bit on the wide receiver side, so he
Yes.
might get some more playing time. He played
I
just
hope
kind of
so.
sparingly last year.
I hope so. And they're playing at
TCO.
TCO this year.
Yeah.
Which will be fun.
Oh, are
Gotta
they really?
find a babysitter.
Playing St. John's, so
Yeah, that's a hard. That's a tough
Yeah,
one.
they
to
bring
love.
250 players to every game.
It's
kinda-
football.
kinda
You play the
big,
games. Anything can happen. Any given Saturday.
Right.
Yes, any given Saturday.
Just spew the cliches. Make them believe.
Oh man! All right, for Kelsey, our guest listener predictor, for Dex at Target Field, check out the Scorner Twin Show later on here. Judd's Camp Notes is still, even though the quarterback competition's been decided, Judd's Camp Notes are just getting started here in the month of August. And I'm Phil. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Purple Daily.